Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? What is going on? We need to go get Mafino's trading backpack, and then we can head over to Caldera. So let's do the old Harmattan fast traveling. Make sure I have everything I need. Yep.
Can I help you?
Hello, sir. I need to know how many rations I have. I think it only costs 2 to leave.
Yes.
Nope, 4.
Can I help you?
4 and then another 4. There we go.
Can I? Yes.
What's up, Astero? Was browsing and I saw you were about to stream. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we're doing. Yeah, I usually stream about 4 p.m. Central Time. It changes sometimes, like if I want to stream a little bit earlier, but yeah, that's the general idea.
Greetings, friend. Yes.
Levant. Don't want to go to Levant. Need to make sure I have the 2 power coils in my pocket, too. Although, I could get them when I go back to town. What's up, Cold? How's it going, bro? Ready to get back into the punch and build. There's a 1 of 3. Been trying to get my hands on some voltaic vines. What a slog. Yeah, those are hard to get. Depending on the run. Last run, I had 3 of them, bro. I literally had 3 of them. How's that happen? What I usually struggle to get are the chromatic shards, I think is what they're called. I think I need those for Toki Bakuset as well this time. Want to get the enchant on the Fetch Butch? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Fetch Butch is kind of crazy.
Greetings. Yes.
Sierzo, look at that. Perfect. Didn't even take that long. 1 quick sleeping sesh and we got her done. If you do a hardcore mace or one-handed axe playing through, that's the way to go. Yeah, it seems like it. I'd probably do it with either... Probably do it with mace, I would imagine. Maybe axe, though. I'm not sure. I feel like if I was to do axe, I'd have to use, like, Sunfall or something cool like that.
What? This worry. Can you lend me? Thanks a bunch.
There is a new coil lantern. How bad is mine? Ooh, 126 out of 500. So let's go ahead and attach this lantern. Then we'll go over to... Go over to Montcalm. I probably could walk from there to Enmerkler. Probably not too big of a deal. Although it is cold out. Sunfall's great, but I'd be gimped with a high fire resist to most Caldera enemies. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Fire is really good against Medivh. It's actually pretty good against Gargoyles, too. It's just you run into a lot of Gastrocines, and I think Mimatours have pretty high fire resist, if I remember. They have fire resist and cold resist, and are very weak to decay. What's up, Night? Sheen, catching up on past live streams, and I have a build question. What is up? Hit me. Hit me with a question. Just want to be able to get past the meeting in the Bandits Fortress. Oof. The Talus Cleaver inflicts pain, so I think a physical damage build would be best for that one. Inflicts pain and slowdown, doesn't it? Pain and slowdown? I think. Yeah, you better run. Talus Cleaver's a lot better than people think. I've never enjoyed it that much. So I'm probably one of those people that's not a fan. But I will say usually the more I play with something, the more I start to enjoy it. So I'd probably... I haven't played with the one-handed axe as much. I did a Sunfall axe playthrough with antique plate armor, and that was about it. I know you've always said totems make the game easy, but I wanted to combine them with damage aspects by running Dreamer Halberd and joining Holy Mission for the Light Infuse. Yeah. Do really good lightning damage from Doomed, and then have Dreamer Halberd, so you have the, you know, the Ethereal Hex on. Yeah, it works. Or there'd be a big video of this hardcore build. Not this one, because this one isn't hardcore. This one was just for fun while I work on the other stuff. The gun video, that one is in production, and then the Necro run, that one will get a video because that was a unique weapon type that I wanted to show off as well. We'll do a different Knuckle run for the hardcore series, though. This was just kind of a test and to get me used to more of the fist combat that I haven't played with in a while. So not this one, but we will do one. I think I need rations, actually. They don't have any. No more rations. He does have 2 things of padded armor. That's kind of funny. Ta-da! What's going on over here? Still no rations. Now we are ready for Caldera. Let's go fight this guy up here, though, for the fun of it. For pure fun factor. Once I finish the Togi Boxa build, I'll be able to do 1111 damage with Vital Crash. Jeez, dude, that's crazy. So I just run with the Candle Plate from Holy Mission itself, or is there a better armor set to run with Dreamer and Totems? Technically, the runic armor set is the best. It has lightning and ethereal stats. Yeah, I thought he might do that. Yeah, that's technically the best option. Get some good enchants for it, too. Still no rations. Why does nobody have rations? I almost knew he was gonna dodge. A lot better than the first time we fought him, that's for sure. I'm doing it in co-op with my friend, and I don't have much time. We're both free, so it's going to be a while. Ah, gotcha. Still, I mean, Vital Crash hitting that hard, that's pretty cool. I could sell those. Those sell decent. There should be a ledge that I could jump off of here. There we go. Alright, so there's one last guy over here. He might have them. If not, there is always the 2 archers. Goodbye, sir. Again, no rations. Wow. How dare they? Hoping the second part of the speed of movement on the map will be faster in stock. I love this game, but it makes you mad every time you have to run 1,000 years between cities. Yeah. Yeah, the idea is to make you fight stuff and, like, interact with the game in between cities, but a lot of times it depends on the faction quest, because there's one faction quest in particular, I don't remember which it is, but it feels like every time I do it, I'm walking for no reason. Whereas Blue Chamber is relatively straightforward with it. Heroic Kingdom's pretty good too, because you don't really have to go anywhere crazy. Yeah, I think if they do the quest design well enough, it won't be too big of a deal. We'll see what happens, though. Oh, that's the quest. Blood Under the Sun. Yeah, Blood Under the Sun is annoying for that, because a lot of times you have to go to Berg, leave Berg, come back to Berg, and it's like, why am I going back and forth? Whereas Purifier, you don't have to go back and forth for. Last time I used Sonic code, but it's crazy. Yeah, we might do a run with that in the future. I don't know. It is kind of crazy. You go really fast. The way I'd probably do it is, can you beat the game with Code Sonic active the whole time? Because dodging with that is kind of a problem. Yeah, catch you later, night. Do you have any tips to rush getting Weapon Master skills after my faction quest? There's not many tips I can give. It's usually just pretty straightforward. Build the 3 houses, build the workshops, build the food store, build the town hall, and then go for your arena. And there's not really anything else you can do with it. The more you try to be creative, the harder it actually costs you, you know, in your wallet. So, might as well just stick to what works. Turned it off during battles, but it literally breaks the entire balance of time in the game. Yep. Yeah, most of the time people do turn it off in battles. I would too, if I was just having fun. Because, man, that would make the game a lot harder. It'd be interesting to see how hard it does make the game, though. Every time you run, your character just, like, sprints 15 feet. That would be quite the hurdle to overcome. Aw, ran out as I entered combat. Does it every time. We have some space now with this backpack. We'll switch over to the lightning backpack once we do bosses, but for the walking around Caldera, we need Mephinos. We must have it. 'Tis required to play. Maybe I'll do lightning again, so I have that. I need a mana regen up some of my burnt health, burnt mana anyway. Anywho. But yeah, yesterday we finished off all of the mini-bosses, so those are all dead. I think we have... How many are in Caldera? You have probably 5? Gargoyle, Matriarch, Gastracine, Horse, and Mediz on top of the Ancient Dweller, so there should be 6. 6 uniques. We have the Caligray Arena. By the time we complete all that, hopefully we have a bunch of samples. We'll see how it goes, though. Is that a pearl bird or a dead pearl bird? It's alive! It's alive! It's dead. Oh, sad. Is there any reason to do Rust and Vengeance before Caldera, other than the fact that Caldera is harder? Yes, money. Doing Rusted Vengeance makes you a lot of money. It also gets you a lot of varnishes because every Immaculate you kill drops health potions and varnishes. Usually you'd need to prep for Caldera, or at least once you get there, craft stuff. If you don't want to do that, go do Rusted Vengeance and you won't have to. They give you a ton of loot. One shot. Oh, close. Another ration. What's up, Lucas? Doing Rust and Vengeance as we speak. Worst quest in the game, not gonna lie. Oh, really? You don't like it? It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Though, to be fair, doing it for the first time is a nightmare. It's a lot more fun whenever you know how to do it. First time, however, it is so confusing. And they do not explain it at all. It's not my first, it's just so dull. There's a couple people that have told me they're not a fan of Rust and Vengeance. I am the opposite. I love it. But to each their own. And Merker, here we come. Hopefully my food doesn't rot, but it probably will. I like most of the fights, I think. I like fighting golems quite a bit. I like fighting the grotesques. I like fighting shell horrors, all that stuff. It was cooler in OG Outward where you actually had the puzzle of unlocking the train stops. I will say unlocking the puzzle for the first time that was probably one of the cooler experiences I've had. I'm glad they changed it because for subsequent playthroughs it was just annoying. Oh, that's painful. But I do agree that the experience of doing that for the first time was kind of awesome to have. You're like solving this massive map dungeon. Said I can't say anything because I've never made it that far. Fair enough. Fair enough. I miss my little ghost guy from the last run. He was so helpful. That man helped me through many a fight. Yeah, rip all your sandwiches? I know. They're gone. They're gone forever. Play like 50 runs and beat Caldera twice because I almost never feel like doing it. You know, the funny thing is you can actually get a lot more runs done if you don't do Caldera. Caldera eats up quite a bit of time. What episode are we on? 7 or 8? Probably take us like 3 or 4 to get through Caldera. Maybe only 2. We'll see. We'll see. Episode 8? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so episode 8, last time we finished on 11. We gotta do arena bosses still too, so... yeah, we could probably get it done by 10. Oh, I think the last one ended on 10 too. I added a number for no reason. My opinion, Rust and Vengeance is like the, what do you say, build litmus test to see if your build is actually good. Yeah, that's kind of how I view it too. It's like, am I ready for Caldera? I should go do Rust and Vengeance and see, you know, because you got a lot of different fights. The fight variety is high, so it just gives you a good idea of where you're at, what you're good at fighting, what you might struggle with, that type of thing. I love whiffing that. It makes me so happy. Let's do a sweep the leg. Shouldn't have done that, but I was trying to stagger him. I actually noticed I can't stagger giants. I've tried. I just can't do it. If you dodge, you can't get in fast enough to Maybe with confusion, but that'll be about it. Yeah, now I can sweep him. What the heck, lock on? Goodbye. Health potions. Yeah, giants are amazing. Giants are literally the best enemy in the entire game for loot. It's a very consistent way to get health potions. Very consistent way. I need health back, by the way. Honestly, could beat most of Outward with one skill tree. Yeah, if you know what you're doing. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, it's not too bad. Are touch X's as bad as people say? Because they seem like they could be pretty good. They are really bad because of hitbox, essentially. They do not hit the enemy when they definitely should. However, they are kind of good. They have low mana cost. You could apply an extra amount of damage boost for yourself. I've been using this one, Doomed, off and on. It's pretty good. It's just really annoying when it misses. Makes me want to rage quit every time. What? What? I get hit by everything. I did that nearly perfectly and then got sandwiched in between 15 attacks. You hate to see it. To be for real, Shamanic Resonance is broken enough. I reckon you could just use that. Yeah, it's a bit too good. A bit too good. Cabal Hermit in general is just a very stacked skill tree. Everything in it is very, very powerful. You think it's possible to beat the game with fists? If you're talking the fist weapon type, yes. If you're talking no weapon at all, bare fist, no, it does not do enough damage. A lot of bosses have health regen, and you wouldn't be able to apply anything to reduce that, so you quite literally could not beat the game like that. They would be able to health regen through all of your damage. Does like 10 raw damage though? Yeah, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. It is really not, trust me. I think the range of the touch hexes is the same as Spark. You could technically hit stuff with it, but it wouldn't really you wouldn't really rely on it. Yeah, I'd agree. Hear me out, you could get max poison resist. Plague yourself and then put it on the boss. True. But then that wouldn't be fist only now, would it? The caveat. Alright, I need my pickaxe. And fishing harpoon. Oh, crap. I need that money for, rations. Could beat the game up until DLC and arena bosses? Probably. Yeah. Probably.
Greetings,
The
friend.
thing is,
Curious.
arena bosses technically aren't required to beat the game. They are extra fights. They are extra battles
Curious.
that you do to test your build and kind of test your own skill against the game. The final
curious.
boss is Crimson Avatar.
This worries me.
Travel to Caldera. So if you were to do a challenge like that, yeah, you would avoid arena bosses, technically. Even though I do them anyway, just to try. Alright, let's sleep. I want to be in daytime. Every time I try to do a magic and melee build, I end up over-relying on the magic. Yeah, it's a little tricky to do. Because magic is it's so easy to fall back on. It's usually more ranged and does so much damage. Or so easy damage, you know? Could try using your melee weapon to buff your magic damage. Yeah, I like the elemental vulnerability like I did. I actually think it worked out really well. And made me use it a lot more. Alright, we'll attach that one and then put this away. Should I carry the backpack with me? I'll carry it with me in case I want to swap to it or something. Though I'm not sure I'll need to. Off to Caldera! Yay! Everybody's favorite part of the game. Actually is one of my favorites. At least the fighting stuff. The town, you know, not so much. But the fighting the stuff, yeah. Fighting stuff in Caldera is way, way more intricate. You gotta be prepared. Fights usually last longer. Everything's so big, so it's easy to hit. Darn, I'm gonna be out of food, aren't I? Love the dungeons there. The dungeons there are amazing. Very good design. Some cool atmosphere. Mana region. Yeah, literally every food item I have is gonna rot as soon as I enter Caldera. Well, that sucks. What's up, Sandgoose? Can't wait for the sample farming hell. Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare. Double music? Fair enough. I didn't buy rations. Let's see if these guys have any. What? Something that's really annoying about Knuckles is this. You ready? That right there is a running attack, even with the special button. So run, attack with normal, it does that. Run, attack with special, it still does that. If I want to use just my special, I have to do this. The problem with that is I have to run into range and then do it. So if I hold shift or run slightly too long, it doesn't do the attack I want and does the other one. It is actually very annoying. Thankfully, you get used to it and you don't do it as much. But it's like the trickiest part of playing with Knuckles for me. Considering a greatsword build using the Pathfinder Claymore? Yeah, dude, that thing is a monster. All weapons do that though, Sheen? Yes, but Knuckles don't have the range, so they don't make up for that, you know what I mean? Like, if you were to do that with a halberd, it'd be fine, because you'd still connect. But if I'm going for this attack, this has extra range, because it steps forward. If I go for the run attack, it doesn't quite have the same amount of range, and misses more often. Whereas with, like, most other weapon types, they're still long enough to where they still hit. Yeah, it's not a big deal, like I said, but it is something I noticed. Sheen, weird build idea. Bloody Priest dagger with blood sigil and whatever else you could think would work. So you're using, like, the bloody slash ability inside blood sigil? Yeah. I don't know what you'd do for that, because realistically, you wouldn't need anything. It does so much damage that you could probably just, like, use a tank build, I guess? I'm not sure. Yeah, Blood Leech is crazy OP. It's hard to, like, get to use, because you gotta have Blood Sigil, you gotta be able to deal with corruption, right? So there's caveats to it being overpowered, which is nice. But I'm not really sure what kind of build would be perfect for that. Let's use fire. I don't know at all. If I get the disease, it'll be the last thing you ever hear from any Hive Lord. I will slay them all. The problem with fighting these guys is that their moveset's not that complicated, but they always show up in pairs. Yeah, of course I got it. That would be why you don't fight these guys when you're leaving, but hey, whatever. No chance. Zero chance that didn't hit him. Alright, now I need to go poison myself. This is great. Shouldn't have fought him. I did it. Ooh, no, here we go. They have one. Nice. They don't always, but sometimes they do carry the thing that cures them. It's very odd. It's like, hey, I'm going to inflict you with this, and also here's the cure. Okay. What's up, Gary? Basically, every strike-based martial art has kicks, so fist weapons should be paired with foot weapons to allow kicks. Valid point. Valid point, I'm hearing from you. Caldera, here we go. I am always interested in how fast the town building process is going to go. The last 2 times we've done it, we've gotten really, really lucky, and it's just flown by. So, let's see what happens. Imagine a drop kick skill in Outward. You don't have to imagine, actually, because there's a mod that actually adds that, and I've tested it before. I don't remember when, but it was a martial arts-esque skill tree, and they did add a drop kick. It was really fun. How much of my food rotted? None of it? I see. None of my food rotted? What? What is this Christmas gift you've given me? Czar foot blades would be crazy? Dude, those would be a massacre. What's up, Matius? How's it going? Don't want to fight them? Not particularly. Not particularly. But I will. What's missing from my buffs? I'm not sure. Alright, we split off the ghost. Deal with him first. Nice. Alright, the horse caught wind of us. Ah, yes, it did exactly what I said it was gonna do, and it did the stupid running attack. Fighting horses is so difficult with these. I have really good damage, so it doesn't usually affect me like that. It's just the fact that it's hard to hit them. Ooh, I need these. And did anyone else see that? Did anyone catch a glimpse? It's a sample! What? What rotation is this? I have no clue. I don't think I've ever seen a sample there before in my entire life. What's up, Bear? I made a build myself, and I won't go into detail, but it's fun to use Blood Infuse. Yes, Blood Infuse. I used that on the last build I did. It's so crazy. Let me know if the music's too loud, guys. I could turn it down. Caldera music goes hard. Sometimes I have to turn it down. Another duo? Dang it, these guys suck. These guys suck, bro. But now it's a 1v1. Spin? Do the spin? Do it? You idiot. They do a lot of impact. I wonder if that specific attack has extra impact, because it feels like it does. You're missing in rage? Ah, that's what it is. I'm like, something's missing, bro. I don't know what it is. You missed yesterday's stream, Madius? Yeah, yesterday we finished off a bunch of the mini-bosses. Today we're doing Caldera. Ooh, Mediz? Do I want to fight them? No, we don't really fight Mediz who are out in the open. It's a waste of time. Most Mediz that are out in the open are in triple pairs. So you have 2 purples and 1 yellow. And the thing is, that is not a good encounter for the player. There's too many of them, so it's ideal to like pick them off or just avoid them. Usually in dungeons, there's not 3 at a time. It's usually 2. Max. 2 is okay. How bad is lightning gonna be against Caligrays? Probably not great. They're coming right at me though, so I have to take them on. Oh wait, I am a Caligray. It's literally me, dude. I have the same ability. The damage could be better. Seen worse? I've seen better. Oh, he went for the follow-up. One down. That's not bad. They are really tough, though. So, if we fight like 3 at a time, I'm probably dead. Thank you for what you do, Shane. You bet Shade. Good luck with the build, bro. Got a bio lab report due Monday, but I'm procrastinating. Nice. That's what I would do. Maybe don't do what I would do, but that is what I would do. What's up, Stenko? Oh, yeah, Copal armor. That's right. Copal armor is really good with totems. I forgot. I like Copal armor in general. I think it has a good look to it, and it has the nice defensive stats. They're not too high to where it makes the game, like, stupid easy, but they're high enough to where you could, like, buff it enough.
Listen to me.
Miasmic tolerance. And on top of miasmic tolerance, we will grab Welkin Ring. Though we probably won't use it.
Want to buy something?
In fact, I would love to buy that panacea, but I cannot, because I am broke. Poor, poor man. Instead, we head off to Old Sirocco. The Toki Bakasit fists. Yes, we are going to try and grab them, yeah. I don't know how much we'll use them, but we'll try and grab them. What's up, Sib? You know the bug with Astro Bow where it doesn't show its curse infliction after you enchant it with Poltergeist? There's probably too many items on the screen to show it. I don't know 100% on that, though. You know what? Caligrays actually spawn in pairs every time. We'll probably avoid them. Until I get decay varnishes, they are not ideal. Not something I really want to deal with. Yeah, it might be that there's too many stats. Can you scroll down, maybe? Sometimes you could scroll down. There's... Yep, there's a trio. What's the word? A trio. There you go. 2 Panacea. Nice. A trio of Caligrays. Nope. Not for me, man. Not for me. Without Predator Leap, that is a no-go. Actually, if we got totems, we could fight them. Does anyone know what the recipe is for the totem? I have no idea. I should have looked. But I didn't. What's up, Fernando? Keep up the good content. Will do, Fernando. Good luck with work, bro. Shouldn't be possible to overwrite the effect unless it bugs hardcore. Right. I think it's probably just not showing, I would imagine. Predator Leap on Gauntlets isn't as good as you expected? Really? I'd love to hear why. About to do Titanic Guardian, best fight in the game. It is one of the best. I love that fight. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Just like beams the music into your brain. Ghost Drums, 1 Hexstone, Ghost Eye, Palladium. Okay, what's the other one, though? Because I don't want the Ghost Drum, I don't think. The multiplier on the lower impacted gauntlets, plus 30, just isn't all that much. Ah, that kind of sucks. It is 1 Peach Seed, 1 Occult Remain, and 2 Palladium Scraps. We have... What do we have? Occult Remains. I have Palladium in my chest, so I need a Peach Seed. A peach seed, I see. I never get those. Sometimes you get them as random loot, but they're very rare as random loot. Usually you just find them under trees. Ah, you killed that man. How dare you?
Well, well.
Stand down. I would not. Wagon.
Scared.
Give me a... I can... Here's what you need to do.
I'm in charge now. The recipe is different in each region, a little easier in Chersonese. Gotcha, David. Well, we'll probably have to do Caldera. Caldera is not too hard either. From the sound of it. Oh, it moved my stuff around. Ugh, I hate that. Healing and water. I suppose Poltergeist Enchanted Pickaxe isn't the worst option. That is always a great option for Legacy. I did it, and I would definitely agree. It's awesome. Aha! Another sample. It's like taking candy from a baby. If that baby was really difficult to fight. And also did not keep his candy in the same place every time. It's a shame Titanic Guardian's so weak. If he had a little more impact resist, he could be so much stronger. I know. He is very, very weak for how important he is to the story. He's such a good fight, too. I think he probably just needed a bit more health. Didn't we decide fighting these guys, like, really sucks? Yeah, because of this. He hit me one time. Why'd I take so much damage? These guys are a tad annoying. Just a tad. Oh, yes, it misses. Oh, yes, dude. Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. The fist weapon type. Listen, however, every time it shines, and it's like the greatest thing ever. And every time it fails so spectacularly, it's unbelievable. There are just certain enemies that it refuses to hit when it definitely should have hit. The hitboxes on the front of these beetles are much less than you would want. It's slightly sad. Don't worry, we shall overcome it. Alright, let's grab that. At least he didn't die. I would have backed up if he'd hit me one more time, probably. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with too many of those beetles in Caldera. They're in the grotto, but we only need to go in there probably one time. And... wow. Love to see that. Poison rag might actually not be a bad idea. I have no idea what the poison varnish does, though. Mana regen, that's what I need. Mana regen, there you are. Alright, so we got a poison varnish on. It shouldn't do any amazing damage. That's not scary or anything. What in the world is the emissary doing up here? Like, what? How do you get up here? That does not make any sense at all. Alright, well, my damage is good. Damage is very, very good. Why is he up here? That's like the furthest I've ever seen him go. The man got on the Tor Crab, and the Tor Crab walked him all the way back up to me. Did you grab the Doom Hex? Yes, sir. That is so weird. Well, at least we had the Spirit Varnishes. Spirit Varnishes took care of him fast. Ooh, 3 Panacea? Are you kidding me? Yeah, they are hostile to everything. They hate the world. But it is odd to see that, because I would have thought that they would have not walked that far. I wonder if they fight Burning Men. In theory, they should be on the same side as Burning Men. Alright, we need their stones. The Panacea gang. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of Panacea. Ooh, Dark Varnish. Militia Knuckles? I will take them for the sake of taking them. They don't fight other Scarlet enemies. Okay, so they probably don't fight horses and Burning Men. Probably because in the final dungeon you find all those enemies at the same time. Now, I did use a Shimmer Potion for that, which is a 15% bump in damage, so that clearly helped. Next one will probably be a tad harder. What is with the occult remains? We're just throwing them out? Fair enough. And over here is one last body, and he has really good loot. Man, you gotta love Caldera, dude. Woo! You gotta love Caldera loot. Peach seeds? Where were the peach seeds at? Did I miss them? Maybe they were in this body. I did not pay attention. You got them off the body? Okay. So they're in my inventory. For some reason I didn't see them. There they are, peach seeds. Yeah. So we gotta go back to the ritualist to do this, I think. But I need the palladium. And it's 2 palladium, so that ain't enough. Ooh, obsidian mace? Intriguing. Not that hard to craft. Could be a good option. Well, not for us, but in general. Usually the mobs go to investigate when the player or any other enemy kills someone. Oh, you know what it might have been from me fighting the beetles? I don't usually fight them. And so maybe he, like, moved forward because of that? The militia hammer. Could use that to get the gilded shiver. Not that I need it. There's another peach seed, by the way. Let's check over here really quick. Just want to see if there's a sample. I'll grab the chest. I guess I'll fight this guy. I don't have any buffs, though. Which is sad. Yeah, look at that. Nailed it. So much damage. You can kind of play with enemy stability a bit with Probe because it does so little. Look at that, I got max alert. Beautiful. Oh, I didn't check this guy. Nah, it's not very good. I always fight the beetles, and that's never happened to me. I reckon it's just a weird pathfinding. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it, so... Must be. I assume you know how to make obsidian knuckles. I don't. But I didn't really need them, so... Okay, there was the second palladium I needed. I believe it's probably palladium wristband, 2 obsidian, and then iron knuckles. At what point in Sirocco building can you pause the quest timer? Anytime it says go speak to Evangeline, the quest is infinite time. The problem with this system, okay, is that if you need to turn in samples and you go talk to her, it will unpause the progression, right? So you want to try and do all the sample gathering you can during that time and not turn them in until you want to begin it again. Because like I said, speaking to her and trying to turn them in, I wish there was an alternate way to, but that's just not how the quests work. What the heck is even down there? I wonder if there's a sample that spawns down there, because otherwise there's no reason to go over there. It's 2 shares and palladium iron scrap. Gotcha. Emissary? No emissary. Good. Good. I should probably take the cool boon. Alright, we are a tad heavy. Through no fault of my own, I had to pick up like a billion things. That bridge down. Come over here and check this chest, which is here for some reason. No one knows. It's 2 obsidian shards, 1 palladium, and iron knuckles. So I was correct. Nice. I do know what I'm talking about sometimes. Sometimes. Alright, so we could go sell a couple of things to the ritualist and then buy the totem. The totem is kind of heavy, though. Not picking up mana wall armor hurts my soul. Yeah, it doesn't sell very well, though, so... It's a waste of space in my mind. Wait till I get my totem, and I will kill every Caligray in existence. They will all die. It's such good armor. It is. It is. Quite powerful indeed. Very good defenses. Alright, there's a possible sample spawn on this path. Doubt we see it, though. Nope. Looks like we are dry on that account. Nothing. There's a dead body in here. Why? Oh, there's 2 dead bodies. Look at that. Oh, that's sad. Check this out. They died together. How have I never seen that before? Depressing nature aside, moving on. Moving on. I might check back there, too. This was a weird sample spawn location. It could be back there. You never know. No, you don't see me. I'm sneaking. Reminds me of the 2 skeletons in... What is it? Pompeii? Pompeii? Sad aside's a new location for necromancy. True. Very true.
Want to buy
Let's do
something?
the totem first. Alright, here it is. Sky chimes. 1 peach seed, occult remains, and 2 palladium scraps. Which I got all of rather quickly.
Want to buy something?
How much gold do you have? This is gonna hurt. $132. Oh, it went down a lot, actually. Alright, let's try this, then. We've tried just about everything. Where beeth my totem? You can't put a totem down, you have to use the skill. There it is. Check it out! So this is another way to apply Doom, and it should, in theory, be the easiest way to apply Doom. Not only that, but because we're using a knuckle build, it will allow us to much more easily attack groups. Bro selling Gep's katana? Yeah. I know I shouldn't, but I don't need it, so... Might as well. Where was that during the Necro run? I don't know. I feel like we didn't see that for some reason. Has the added benefit of blocking projectiles. Yeah, it's actually a huge benefit. You could use it all against a lot of stuff. Can you explode the Doom debuff from Chimes with Rupture? Yes. Any Hex in the entire game can do that, including Pain and Confusion. Although I'm not sure they deal damage. They might just apply a status. I don't remember. It's been a while since I used those. There's one down. We want a piece of this. Lightning. Yeah, their hitbox is quite large, so it is important to block even if you don't think it's gonna hit you. On their attack, that is, not on their actual body. Ah, sometimes they have the bigger varnishes. They didn't that time. They do damage, and confusion does impact. A little damage. Okay. Yeah, they're not like the greatest hexes ever, obviously. They don't do a ton of damage, but they are helpful. Not exactly the greatest loot of all time. 3 playthroughs in a row, guys. Can we get the lightweight alchemy kit or cooking pot? Can it be done? So far, the odds are against us, but that is the case every time. To tell you the truth. Alright, we're only going back here. We're going to activate the totem. Not that I need it, really. No one to check, see if there's a sample there. Nope. Maybe if I need mana push later on. You never know. Alright, back to town. We got 2 samples, the totem, and quite a bit of money, actually. Hexes really are crazy. Can inflict bleed, burn, poison with 1 click. Yep, and then you can just pop them all to do a bunch of damage. It's insane. Is Crescendo good? Crescendo is insanely good. If you watched my Great Hammer only run with the Challenger Great Hammer, at the end, I end up using Crescendo a lot because it just gives you a really nice damage bonus. It makes the game so unbelievably easy in terms of your own DPS. You do insane damage. What's up, right? Always enjoy your streams. Got my parent on Outward after your hardcore mage all magic run. Oh, awesome. Nice. That's cool to see. Saw in your Sirocco building video to not upgrade to 3 material buildings. It saved me a lot of money. Yes, that was something that I did, I think, in the comments section. Because I originally was upgrading them, and it's the wrong decision. Alright, we're gonna go lightning, regardless of the fact that it's kind of bad against these guys. Someone mowing outside, if you hear that. That is what that is. I'm not too worried about it, but just giving you a heads up. Nice, got hit by both. Your lightning resist worries me. Ah, yes, the good old totem. One of my favorite things in the game. Caligrates really are really difficult to fight. I'm trying to hit them and hit at the same time. It's kind of hard. Gotcha. Gotcha, guys. You're done for. Elemental vulnerability so OP for real? Yeah, it is. It's crazy good. Gotta build around it, though, you know? Great hammers are my least played weapon? Ooh. Then let me tell you something, my friend. You haven't even seen power. If you haven't played much with great hammers, you've seen nothing that Outward can offer. Great hammers are possibly the best weapon type for impact. They just mop the floor with enemies. Knock them on the ground, do big juggernaut damage, grant you infinite stability in the attack. Whoo, they are fun. Imagine if the totems work like a Mystic Knight from Dragon's Dogma. Mystic Knight's so cool. Mystic Knight is the best, dude. Place down a ball and then hit it, and it just spams a bunch of orbs that kill everything. How much Panacea did I end up with in a one trip? 8 Panacea in a single trip. That's funny, because last time we did the same trip, and we only got like 2. Yeah, Mystic Knight was awesome. I've thought about going back and playing Dragon's Dogma. Doing like a run with each of the characters and then making a video on it, but I just haven't had the time. I have too many things I've been working on. That was something I wanted to do, though. Because those games are great. The story? Eh, not too important. But the gameplay is peak. Even without Juggernaut, the shove alone makes Greyhammers crazy good. It does. It does. Why is the volcanic gastrocene so fast? They sped him up like crazy. I don't know. I don't know if you ever played Sacred 2, but a remaster is coming out soon. A Sacred 2. Let me look it up on my phone. Hey, look, Sheen's live. My phone's telling me. That's me. Me, I'm live. Sacred 2. Fallen Angel? What is this? A, open world action role-playing game. Released in 2008 by Ascaron Entertainment. Ooh, why does this look so good? Is it like Torchlight? Is it like top down?
Huh. This terrain looks
I'll have to look into that.
usable.
I am trouble.
I'll get to work.
I've got
Come see me as soon as you can. We've got building plans to lay.
Hack and slash? Okay, the pictures online do not do it justice then. Oh, that looks fun. I might play that. It's an older game. Older games are amazing, dude. Okay. How many do I have? I have 2? How many resources
Funds are
does he
sent-
hold?
Of course. How can I help you?
He's not have max of anything, so let's turn these in.
If we're going to, I need you. Here's what we. So there you are. Let's see. Excellent. So wonderful news.
Chromium shards and flash moths
Well-
right off the bat.
Let's get to work.
Okay. You're not scaring me, game. Alrighty, let's sleep because it is a little bit dark. Just accidentally wrote outward on my paper. It's so over. Yeah, you're done, buddy. You're done. It's a non-serious Torchlight and Diablo style. Oh, looks fun, dude. It intrigues me. Could recommend. What's up, Yo2? So that will be for our cooking pot. And alchemy kit. Where is my backpack? Wow, I think I saved too many alchemy kits. Where's my backpack? There you are. Ooh, I could use glowstone. Let's use glowstone. I forgot I had that. Look at that. It's a light source. Yay! Sheen, you gonna try the free weekend of Path of Exile 2? I wanted to play Path of Exile 2 when it came out for free. Is it just for the weekend or what? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Alright, let me drop down. I didn't know anything about it. I haven't kept up on it. I do really want to play it when it's free, though. The first one was quite fun, although I didn't get to play too much of it. Sacred 2 is just very old school. Cannot wait for the remaster as well as Outward 2. When's the remaster come out? I have to probably try and play it before that comes out, huh? Alright.
Use your ear to get construct. Also, here's the plan. So, what are we working on today?
Houses. Just buy all of them since I need them. Yeah, next weekend it's going to be a couple of days free. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Next weekend. Am I doing anything next weekend? I don't know. My outward run will be over by then, so maybe I'll try it. How do we want to do this? Aha! Perfect. House number 1. Yeah, PoE 2 was one that I was like, oh, I have to play this. And then I found out that they weren't doing free until like a year later. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. I wanted to wait till it was free. How dare they make me spend money to buy something? How dare they make a product and make me purchase it? There we go. The release date's not official, they just say coming out soon. Okay, gotcha. Making a lumber plant's kind of silly, given they have trees. Yeah, and the trees have infinite wood. You're making a very good point. You're making a very good point, sir. Alrighty. Now I need to go over here and see what we have. So it should be 5 days.
What's
0
on the
per
agenda
day.
today?
So, what are we working on today?
We put all of our food in this backpack. So it doesn't rot. I have no food. Valid. There we go. Somehow all my towns
So,
look the
what are we
same.
working-
Yeah.
We're grateful to you.
Sheen, do you think Rainbow Hex plus that one chakram that deals every elemental damage type is good? Yes, it is very good. I already know, yeah. PoE 2 bans Steam accounts that refund the $30 supporter pack? Really? That doesn't sound very good. What's up, Josh? I don't know. I was very excited about it because I liked PoE 1. Like I said, I didn't play too much of it, but I liked the way they built it, and 2 looked like it had like way better graphics, which I don't really care about graphics too much, but the graphics looked really cool, making the bosses look interesting. I wouldn't play that game in hardcore, probably not, unless I got like super into it, because I only play hardcore in a game like this where I know everything, so I only dive to really stupid mistakes or just, you know, not being prepared. I need stone and wood. Like I said, if the music's too loud, let me know, because it's blaring in my head right now. I can feel the town building in my bones. And
How can I help you?
funds, I want 30, so like 10 more on that. 10 more on that. Game has the greatest music? It does. It does indeed. The only other game that I ever played that had music that kind of topped it was Divinity Original Sin 2. Not all the time, but dude, when the music goes hard in that game, the music goes hard. It's awesome. It's the kind of music that I like in video games too, where it's like adventure music. Is probably the best way to describe it. Did I not buy enough wood? Nah. So I need 10 stone and then 10. I need 10 of both. Watch me waste a stamina potion on this. I do not care. No shame. To be honest, I can't imagine any other music in New Sirocco. It is solid.
How can I help you?
10 and 10, buddy. Then I'm gonna have to give him all of my money. This part's dumb. This part's dumb. They should have let you just, like, build it. And there's not really a way to do it, I don't think. But it's annoying that you have to, like, let me go over here and check. And then walk all the way back. And then walk all the way back. They either needed a secondary tab to show up to just tell you how your buildings were, or something like that. I am not sure, but it needed something. Caldera at night OST is like a lullaby. It is. It is beautiful. And yeah, the guy that made the music for this game is coming back for the second. He does excellent work. Excellent work. Very exciting to know that.
So, what are we working? This is a relief.
Then our houses should, in theory, be built. Hope they have something as catchy as the monsoon music, right? On that, we definitely agree. 72 gold means nothing.
So, what's on the agenda today?
You thought 72 gold was a lot. You were wrong. You idiot. You dummy. You know nothing. DOS 2 tutorial escape fight and the battle for the ship in the end of chapter 1 really bonks. Yes, I know. Yes, indeed it does. It is quite good. What? Oh, I hate when they do this. This is the dumbest thing. I always forget about this. So, randomly, on the 4th day, they start to cost food. It's really dumb. The first 5 days that you spend, it doesn't cost any food. And then it does, but it doesn't tell you until you sleep. It's so stupid. I think I needed like 3-4 more days, probably.
How can I help you?
We'll just do 40.
So, this is a relief.
Wonder if the first thing we'll hear in the second game is Rise and Shine, Trog Spawn. They need to eat too, Sheen? No, they need to work from me. That's what they need to do. No eating allowed until my houses are built. I'd be a good town leader. I'm a great guy. Confirmed. I just proved it to you. Capitalism over equality. Yes. I must have my food production. The people... We can worry about the people after the town is successful, okay? Ooh, that was kind of a good spot, though. That was kind of good. I like that. Right there. Nailed it. Can I fit another one in here? Oh! Yes, I can. Beautiful. Yeah, those are kind of expensive, though. Alright, can we fit a third one? I've never been able to fit the third one. Because the third one is gigantic. But I think we can probably fit it. Ooh, look at that. Just block off this whole walkway. Ain't nobody need in there. That is not an important area. It's only where people live. Okay. So, it's gonna cost a crap ton. So 25, probably 25 for all three, and then in each. Jeez, it's a lot. So 75.
How can I help you?
Yeah, this part right here, dude, this part gets expensive fast. And then we need to spend, I think, 10 days. Alright, I have a bunch of stuff I could sell, so we're not completely out. I think they only cost 1,200 to make. So not too bad. I don't think they even let you put the building in a place where it would block off the area. Actually, this looks kind of cozy back here, I'm not gonna lie. Boom, nailed it, boys. I did it. Sheen, how did you discover Outward? My brother found it a month after it came out on Xbox, and he was like, hey, you should play this game. It's got, like... It just looks fun for co-op. And we played it together, and yeah, loved it ever since.
How can I help you?
So, we're grateful to you.
Loved it ever since. It's a very easy game to sit down and play for split screen co-op if you just have somebody over. And you know that they're going to be over for a long time. Like, you know, like a whole night. You don't have anything to do. Just sit down and play Outward.
How can I help you?
Alright, 80.
So, we're grateful to you.
We finally got raid mod working. Both my parents rage quit because it was too hard. Nice. It is a pretty hard game. That's the thing that people don't understand. Is every game... I mean, some people do understand it, but it's like every single game is hard. Until you learn it, you know? It's like Outward looks easy for if you watch me play it, but in reality, you've seen me die a couple of times. I make mistakes, and I don't prepare correctly, and then it gets kind of hard. Outward becomes easy once you really understand its combat, but still easy to die. Had nightmares about the Montcalm bandit camp. Haha. Nice. Alright, well now we could sell a bunch of these things that I have in here. See how much we have. We have 3 of these. I have so many knuckles, bro. It's insane. Because you go in prepared, and new players are not going to have all the buffs and boons. Right, exactly. Exactly.
How can I help you?
There's 15. Okay. Oh. Confirm.
So,
And now give
what's
him
on
all
the
those
agenda
funds.
today?
Then we're gonna go sell to the caravaner. Put those away. I have the Sunfall Axe. I cannot sell that. Pathfinder Claymore sells for something, probably. Brutal Knuckles, Palladium Knuckles, Rustlich Armor. And then down here I have a couple of gems. There we are. Don't sell Starch out? I have to. I need the money. I must. You can have 1,000 hours in this game and still choose not to fight the gargoyles? Yeah.
Can I help you?
That is very true. Very true. Alright, now sell all these. What's up, Greg? What button are you pressing to take all items at once? Hold shift and click.
So, what's on the agenda today?
Alright, we spent 7 days multiple times. Let's go get some samples on top of that. Yeah, if I want to do this, right? Oh, shoot, I put the wrong button. Hold shift. Click. Shift, click. Shift, click. It is a lot easier that way. I didn't know about it for the longest time. I only found out about it because people on the stream chat kept yelling at me. Because I was doing it the old way. Well, the thing is, you get used to doing it the other way and you don't really care. And they were like, no, you need to hold shift. Because otherwise the pop-up comes up, so it takes longer. And I was like, yeah, you guys are probably right, I'll switch it. There we are. There's our mana. What dungeon do we want to do first, ladies and gentlemen? Steam bath tunnels? Alright, good suggestion. Way to go, guys. You are on it. How do you do it, chat? How do you do it? Okay. I think we have everything we need here. Yep, we're good to go. Geniuses, he says. Geniuses. He said, my bio teacher's not real. She's making us write a 9-page lab report on water being placed onto pennies. Wow. Dude, I remember lab reports. They're so freaking stupid. Here, do this, and then write about what you did. No. I'd rather not. I remember I had a lab report due one night. And then I decided to go out with this girl for just like a couple of hours. Just, you know, just goof off for a little bit before I had to go back and work on it. And she got in a car wreck while I was in the car. And so, after I got hit with a car, I had to go write the rest of my lab report because it was due the next day. I'm sitting in this chair thinking, what am I doing, bro? What am I doing? What is this? I just got hit with a car and now I'm writing a lab report about who knows what. I really don't even remember what it was about either. It was a physics lab report, so could have been anything really. Hydrogen bonds and stuff. Nice. Yeah, bio is short for biology, usually. That is typically the case. Thank goodness I went and got more mana. I wouldn't have any. This is a prismatic flurry fist build? Indeed, it is. It is a prismatic flurry and discharge build. Discharge for the range damage, flurry for the up-close damage. I have only almost died 50 billion times. Nah, probably about like 10, 12 times. I've gotten close a couple of times. Here we go. That's right. Get over here. Watch him do the cloud. Nope. Nice. Nah. Ah. You can never get off the second probe. You think you can, but you can't. You think you can, but the game says no. We'll loot him in a second. Yeah. Get over here. Well, he got destroyed. I actually feel bad for that guy. Did not stand a chance. You want some of this, huh? Let's not get double hit by the lightning like I did last time. Ooh, that was a close dodge. See ya, buddy. What'd you have? Gems? I do like gems. I would take those. Alright, we're hoping for a glass weapon. We're in a glass chakram, glass pistol, or dagger. Knuckles? Of all things, I get the knuckles. I have gotten more knuckles this playthrough than any playthrough ever. You guys want to see these? These are pretty cool looking. Look at these bad boys. They're probably a 1. Yeah, 1. You get 40 physical damage, 14 impact. Ooh, the impact is disgustingly low. 1 attack speed and 2 barrier. Ugh, that's gross. That's way too low of impact. What the heck? Why'd they give him so low? But yeah, they're really good. Extra barrier and high physical. Very nice. Also, they look amazing. All glass weapons look amazing. They gave him incredible fashion for some reason. Ooh, the militia pistol. Glass equals low impact. Listen, you think that until I hit you with a glass door, and I bet you fall over. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying, okay? Can I pre-enchant the Cobalt Armor and enable Legacy with the enchant? Yes. Wow. The loot I am seeing right now. You say that like I won't defend myself with the glass bullet? Ah, you got me. This one. You did, in fact, get me on that one. It's considered a blunt strike, but it shatters into piercing? What are we talking about, Madius? Oh, the glass stuff? It's more like glass pane. You're not like hitting with shards of glass. Well, he never stood a chance at all. Look at that loot, brother! Look at that loot! Why does that keep happening to me? With their high base damage, those are a good candidate for the Poltergeist. Oh, dude, you're right. What is it, 40-something? Let me check. 40? Whoa. You're telling me you get 20 raw damage out of these? Wow. That would make these really, really good. 20 raw damage. You go with Wind Infuse to help with the impact, and you are cruising, dude. A 1.2 attack speed weapon, granting you defense and hitting like a truck. Sounds like a recipe for a lot of damage. Nothing. I know you said the one-handed mace heavy is bad on its own, but it's so good as the end of a 3-hit combo. Yes, it's very good in the combos. It's just the initial one that's by itself is very hard to hit. most of the time. Ooh, another sample. I wish gold-lich knuckles weren't so good. Dude, they're almost better than the palladium. Which is crazy. Alright, Cali Gray time. Apparently it's cold in this dungeon as well. Forgot about that. Let me eat this. What does this do? Barrier and hot weather defense. What do you want? The thing is, you don't want to brace that attack, because I think it hits twice, and so the second one won't be blocked. I'm not sure on that, because I don't want to test it. Oh, Wish Golden Iron Fist. You're talking about the gold ones. Ah, yeah, those are amazing. Very hard to pass those up. Oh, I need water. I gotcha. Ooh, I need a damage boost too. Watch this. Now it's a 1v1. Come on, you big... whatever you are. Lion, ape. I'll throw my own at you. How about that? Get out of there. I can't dodge in there. This staff is weird, man. I don't like it. Did it build with the golden fists and full Tsar armor? Took no damage while hitting like a truck. I imagine you would, yeah. Someone noticed that when you gather a sample from the mole pig den, you put a talisman in the rock. Oh, I did not notice that. No, I did not. Never really paid attention to it. Alright, double Caligray. Here's my idea. You ready? Idea is working. Get in here, idiots. Don't make me cheese you. I'll do it. I think I did inflict doom on one of them. Trying to hit them and the totem is kind of hard. Alright, he's done. This guy's being an idiot still. Alright, we trade on that. They're a very good counter to my build. Not a complete counter, but a good counter. The totems help a lot. No, put that back on. Yeah, the totems help a lot with it. Said, hey Sheen, I have Wild Hunter only right now on my Toki Bakusid build. What would you recommend to also take? Warrior Monk? Cabal Hermit. Or Warrior Monk and Rogue Engineer, whichever one you want. Yeah, totems are heavy. 6 weight is a lot. Yes, the Glass Forge Great Axe. The Glass Forge rules forever. In terms of selling. Of course. And now I have to go deal with the other Caligrays. Let's get an up close look at the axe. Indeed, we should do that. You know what? I don't hate this design. Actually looks kind of cool. It's very thin, though. Like, really, really thin. That's an interesting design, yeah. These actually don't have much design on them. Hates the butterflies, loves the church windows. I'm a man of culture, okay? Alright, we opened that up, didn't we? That means there's a Cali Gray over there. I should probably prep for that. Okay, I'm gonna discharge the heck out of him. Discharge. Told ya. Oh, no, I had no idea. Did you know you could follow up the heavy? I'm so stupid. I just now figured that out. Oh, hey, smoke knuckles. I mean, I have to take those, right? Did you know you could follow up the heavy attack? Huh. Well, that's useful. I've never needed to do that, though. Till now. Alright, here's what we do. We pop this over here, because otherwise it's going to be an absolute pain to put it down. We're going to rebuff up everything. Except for the damage. We already have that. Don't need to redo it. Is she an American? Indeed I am. Mana regen, and we're good to go. Nope, I need health regen. So probably since he has trouble with French names. How dare you? How dare you insult my literacy? We all know that I say everything correctly. The fact that you would even assume otherwise. What's up, William? Alright, well, my whole, like, bait them back into this is not working. Come here, stupid. He said, nobody insulted your literacy, just your lack of it. Yo2's about to get banned for sure, dude. Get this guy out of the chat! He's insulting me. It's not allowed. You all know that. Praises only. Oh yeah, I like how that's not my fault. Alright. This guy is like... hitting me a lot. Oh, he's hitting through my blocks. Are you seeing that? Like, he just hit through my block like 3 times. Dude, what the freak? What's this guy on? He's attacking way too fast. Alright, now you die to the totem. Maybe. That guy is really fast, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. I don't know if you're aware, but that guy is insane. I did get a 1v1, though. That was kind of cool. That doesn't usually happen. Alright, let's do this. Please actually block this time instead of not. Oh my goodness, guys, it's so good. It's an opening that I've never had before. The new special combo is overpowered. Love it. What is this? It's like the fastest attack in the game. How did I not know about this? Discovering new tech in Caldera. Yeah, it took way too long to figure out. The hitbox was janky. Yeah, that was the jankiest hitbox I think I've ever seen. That was really bad. I think my character was like turned slightly this way and it just went through it for some reason. Either that or I didn't block soon enough, but it's hard to tell sometimes with that. I actually can't loot anything else. Let's just dip before I find something I want. I already got the samples. Well, well, well. I finally learned how to use knuckles. It only took a year and a half. That would have been so good against golems, too. I was just thinking I had to just press it over and over. Just like, keep pressing it, keep pressing it. But no, you switch back to this. Do any other weapon type have that? One-handed sword. See, I'm not crazy for that, though, because I don't think any other weapon type has that. No, Great Axe does. That makes a weird sound. Alright, maybe I am crazy. Okay, look at these, though. These are the smoke knuckles. They look so cool. Too bad they suck like every other smoke weapon. Actually, if you make a full fire build, these are probably the best ones, because they apply fire so quickly. From you attacking so much. Yeah, I have the other backpack on me. I'm just not wearing it for the samples. If I was to make that build again, like I made a build a while back, a build video about Blaze. You just hit stuff. Where'd you get the big hat? So this hat is the black wide hat legacy chested. To get the black wide hat, I think most merchants sell it. Is that the ship in the correct location that I am seeing right now? Is the game teasing me? Because I will throw this monitor out the window. What a joke. The ship is in the correct location, and I haven't unlocked everything. I should have seen it coming. The amount of trolling that happens to me in Caldera is unbelievable. Legacy chest system is actually so creative. Yeah, it's one of the cooler aspects of the game. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like it, and the main thing about it for me is that it ups replayability by a ton. Because here's the thing that sucks about Souls games, right? I love the Souls games, but the thing that sucks about them is you get to the end of the game, the last boss you kill has a really cool weapon, and then you want to use that weapon. Well, now you have to play NG+, or just, you're screwed. You can't play with it. And I don't really like NG+, in any game I've ever played, really. It's okay, but I'd rather just start again and make a new build. And so this is a cool way of doing it where it's like, hey, you know that weapon you had at the end of the game? Well, potentially you could get it at day one if you know how to do it. And then you can play through the whole game with it. That's kind of a cool idea. I think more items deserve legacy chest upgrades, or at least stuff that isn't good otherwise. Yeah, there's definitely a few options I wish could have done it. I wish that the Jade Scimitar, you could legacy chest it and turn it into a lightning version. Or maybe the mini-boss could have dropped it. Dark Souls 2 NG Plus was a good continue. That's the only NG Plus I haven't tried. Unfortunately, since everybody says it's the good one. I just don't really care about NG Plus most of the time. I usually am like, okay, I want to try that game with a different build now. Any chance for future co-op community runs? I doubt it. It's hard to do community co-op in Outward just because of the way it's set up. Hard to do, unfortunately. Alright, we'll sell all that stuff then.
So, What's on the agenda?
Did he
today?
have...
How can I help you?
He had stuff to sell. I think actually that there's another sword in here. Nice crystal powder and palladium. Boom, another golem rapier. Zagus armor legacies into Swagus armor. All gold. That would be cool. That would be cool. I'd be down for that. Ooh, you know what? I think I'll turn those samples in. Do I need to talk to her? No.
Oi! Over. Let's see. You've earned this.
Funds?
So, you've earned this.
More funds.
Well, let's get to work.
I can't say I'm disappointed. The Surge 2 also has a good NG+. That's one that I was told to play like years ago. I still haven't.
Can I help you?
Mm-hmm. You, my friend, are going broke. I hate to say it. Need a run that'll last you a while. Do the Merton run, bro. That'll last you a while. Like Thrice Rot Halberd could have become Fourth Rot Halberd and add a whole extra damage type. Whoa, that'd be crazy. Alright, our money is good enough.
How can I help you?
Take that back. It's not good at all. I think I need like 40 and 40.
How
No,
can I help you?
I need more in that. That's why I play with that one mod that makes all the sample rotations active. It's a very, very good idea. There's a mod to simulate NG Plus and outward, change the legacy chest system, give you debuffs. I have seen it. I wanted to try it, but I never got around to it. Again, I also don't really like NG Plus that much, so the incentive wasn't really there. But it sounds like a really cool idea. Alright, hopefully this is enough. I might not have enough stone, though. Ah, timber. I'm missing 2 timber. Of course, it's the wood. More stuff should have had a multi-legacy item, like the Pearl Bird Mask. That I agree with. Yeah, that I absolutely agree with, because that's the only one. It would have been really cool to have, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 other options at least.
So, what's on the agenda today?
At least, you know. The problem on NG Plus is it sort of it removes the limits in some ways. Yeah, again, it's not bad. I don't care if anyone likes NG Plus. You're more than welcome to. But for me personally, I think it just removes, especially in a game built around stats, where you're leveling stats up. It's like once I'm in NG Plus, I can pretty much just level anything, especially since they usually give you more upgrade materials then. It doesn't... The same sort of progression and reward isn't really there. The game gets harder, but also feels too easy at the same time, because you can just throw whatever you want at the enemy. There's less decision-making.
How can I help you?
Alright, how much of this do I have? 15 a day. It takes 10 days. I need 150.
So, we're grateful to you.
Sorry, I'm slow. It's NG Plus. Oh, NG Plus is just a new game plus. It's like when you get to the end of the game and you want to continue playing that character, so they let you restart the game with everything you have. So those should be built now. Most Souls games, Souls-like games, they usually have that. Most RPGs don't really do it, though. You get to the end of the game and you're done. Which Outward is more of an RPG, hence why it doesn't really have it. Sheen, as fun as a Merton run sounds, I gotta be honest, it doesn't sound fun. Got him. Got him with that one, dude. Nailed it.
Ah, our work. We need a fun fort. Here's what I don't. You remember. So, what's on the agenda today?
Ooh, losing 75 a
what's on the
day.
agenda
That's
today?
painful. What other challenge run could I do? You ever done a chakram run? You do a chakram run. Those are fun. Chakram only. You're allowed to block, but you gotta use discs to deal damage. How about that? Is a Great Axe no mana build viable? It is more than viable. It is very good. You have done a chakram run? Ah. I see. Alright, then I need my stamina. Did my stamina run out? Oh no, I spent 10 days. Boo. Alright, we are running off of stamina potions now, which is not ideal, unfortunately.
How can I help you?
Wrong thing.
How can I help you?
Sell that, this, and that. I think that's it. There we are. Now we should be able to carry a tad more. What am I at? 77? Put the bag in here for now. Good to go. So you only need one Hackmanite for the Trogdors, right? I like to open them all. You talk about the Fabulous Palladium Shield one? Yeah, you need one Hackmanite for them. Alright, so we gotta go get the Mimitur Egg, which means dealing with the Mimitur Matriarch. We have Decay damage and Lightning damage. I don't think your resistance to Lightning is anything. I think it's a neutral. So we should probably just stick with Lightning. That is on the other side of the map, though. So I should probably get my buffs going so that I can regen the mana. Mimitators are really fun to fight. I agree. I think they're one of the better better enemy types in Caldera. The thing that I like about Caldera enemies is a lot of them are big. The challenge comes from not so much not being able to hit them, but more so like when you should hit them. Now, I like Ancient Dwellers as an enemy type, but I don't like the purple ball attack. That one kind of sucks, because it basically just disengages you from the enemy. I think it's a creative way to make them challenging. I'll give them that. But it doesn't mean I have to be a fan of it. Scarlet Emissaries, the whole gimmick is that they're highly aggressive, and you're supposed to use a Spirit Varnish. The problem with them is they're a little too aggressive sometimes. Brace fixes it a little bit. That can get you in there. Without Brace, I'll be honest, Emissaries do feel slightly too hard. Sigils make them kind of easy, though. What's up, Quinn? You playing a totem? Yes, sir. I added the totem in. People told me to. I'm a people pleaser. There's variety in enemies as well. It's not all creatures that just swing at you with only melee. Yeah, they all have usually 3 actions that they move through. They all have more than that, but usually the ones you see are like 3 actions. Some of these have a laser, they have an AoE, and then they have... Actually, Medivh might be the exception. They usually only do 2 things. I think blue ones have the AoE inside of them, and then they have the ball AoE. And then the yellow Medivhs, which are like the elder ones, they have a laser and decay explosion that they do. Matriarchs have an AoE. They have melee attacks, and they have a head swing. The interesting thing about Caldera is, like, I think every enemy has some type of AoE. Gargoyles have a giant one, too. They all do kind of the same animation, but they inflict different statuses, I believe. I like emissaries. Caldera is supposed to be hard. Most of them you can avoid. Yeah, I have no problem with emissaries. I like the idea of having this elite enemy that's walking around that you either will avoid or have to have knowledge of to take them down properly. I do think they're quite difficult, but yeah, they're good enemies. They're good enemies. Did you do a pacifist run? Nah. I could probably do one, but it's not that interesting. I enjoy the gameplay part. I wouldn't want to avoid the gameplay, you know what I mean? Pacifist run in Outward is actually even more boring than most games because you literally just run around everything. You just go get Master Trader gear and run from every enemy. It's really not that hard. Now, you couldn't deal with bosses is the other problem, so it's actually not possible to beat the game because you just can't beat the bosses. If you relied on Blood Sigil and you counted that as pacifist, maybe? But it is a magic attack, so it really isn't pacifist. It's not very doable with how the game's designed, unfortunately. Alright, so let's do this. And I don't think we need impact. I like the emissaries. If you mess up, they wreck you in seconds. Yeah, they're among the very few enemy types that if you mess up a single time, they could just outright kill you. Because they have such a high combo. It's like a 5 or 6 hit combo. Gargoyles can, depending on the build, because they have pretty high combo as well. Mainly with their sword attack. If they do their... Dang it, all my stuff keeps running out as soon as I go into combat. Their hammer attack is very easy, but their sword attack is quite a bit. It's a lot to deal with. Yeah, I let my buffs run out immediately as soon as I entered combat. Check for samples on the left. Sometimes there's one in this room. Actually, you know what? Let's go in here and grab the bodies. They have a couple of good foods that they could drop. I do need, I think, a stamina food. I'm running dry on those. Ooh, that is... not stamina, but still good. Not sure what that even does, actually. Then we have a couple who died in their tent. Their very raggedy tent. Hey! I almost missed that. I barely even saw it. It's a mole pig. And more militia knuckles. Not sure I should even be picking up rags, because they don't do that much damage. It's fine. Okay, water. Still good on the mana regen. I feel like our buffs should last. Maybe. I got 40 seconds. I got 40 seconds. It's all I have to play with you. Where are you, Marmatou? Stop running from me. Sweep the leg. Ooh, not a lot of stability damage. And he... Oh, come on with that. No alpha meat? Wow. I was really looking forward to this stuff. What in the world is this? This is all good. Everything in here is amazing. Not so much of that one. Not so much. Rags can be changed to apply in the go for short bursts an hour. Yeah, like if I wanted to maybe fight something less important, but it's Caldera, you know? Everything's kind of hard. Everything is kind of difficult. Okay, we got a rock mantis, and then... should be boss time. What's up, Randy? You think they're going to make a Remnant 3? I believe they will, because they did not finish the story. Also, Remnant 2 was quite successful. I definitely think it was a lot bigger of a hit than the first one was. The first one was more like a hidden gem. I mean, not necessarily, like, people knew about it, but it was more of a hidden gem than the sequel. I'm not sure how much money they lost on DLCs, though, because a lot of people got the DLCs for free. Let's use this. How long do we have? Should be plenty. Alright. Water? What else do I want? Aha, enrage. And I think my buff's gonna run out, unfortunately. Early dodge. Did not see it. Thought he was doing a melee attack. The openings are much harder to get than I had thought. Damage is amazing, though. And the openings are a little tricky there, but man, was that damage good. There's the raw alpha meat. And over here is the beautiful little egg. Nailed it. So, man, Remnant 2 makes me so sad. Those last few patches I played just took it all out. It took all of the fun. I think the game still has a lot of fun, but I think for a lot of the long-time players that were there since the beginning, that's kind of the case, yeah. Ooh, nice. Yeah, last couple of patches just felt anti-player for people who have been playing a long time. The game's still fun and has a lot of options, but it did not feel like they were trying to balance the game for enjoyment. It felt like they were trying to just kill everything that people were using. Does Prismatic Flurry do the impact to 5 hits? Yes, but it doesn't seem to do very good impact if you start out with it. If the enemy already has impact lost on them, then it does better. I'm not sure what's up with that. If you remove the label of Souls-like, it's a good arcade shooter. That's fair. Yeah, that was a tad disappointing for mine. As someone who was covering, like, you know, every single aspect of the game, it was just a little disappointing, you know? I would have probably kept playing the game if people were still super interested in it, but those last couple tier lists I made just didn't really get any views, and it's like, you know, it's still fun, but it's tough when devs make a decision that most of the player base don't like. It usually makes it pretty easy to quit the game. Remnant from the Ashes, the first game, had the same problem. They went in and they gutted a lot of the stuff that people used for builds. The main thing was the corrosion pistol. It's this little pistol that would apply... It had a mod on it where you could shoot a... I don't even know how to describe it. It was like an AoE that would put corrosion on the enemy. And corrosion was like super strong. Just made enemies take more damage. And they basically halved the effectiveness of that pistol. Which on some links was fair because it was like too strong. But at the same time, it's like everyone's using this because it's awesome. And you can't make it terrible, you know? I think the gun was pretty good still, but it was like... kind of sucky decision. Same thing happened with Nebula and Remnant 2. Yeah, that one angered me. I was angry about that one. That one I was very angry about. That gun did not need messed with, but they did. I used a Spore Bloom with the Scrapper armor for the damage bonus at close range. Thing was a one-hit wonder. Yeah, yeah. The thing is it's inconsistent. Listen, if you're gonna be... I'm not a dev, so I'm not, you know... I have no clue. But from my point of view, if you're gonna nerf stuff... then it should be because it's breaking the game and it's making, you know, it's ruining mechanics, right? If it's just strong, then that's fine. And especially if it's inconsistent. So, like, people were making Rupture builds, which could attack anything in the entire game at one time and insta-kill everything. And they left that alone, but nerfed Nebula. That was why people were irritated. It wasn't because they nerfed Nebula. It was because it was inconsistent nerfing. It doesn't make any sense. When a build is stronger than something else and you nerf a gun. It's like... But, you know, that game had playtest issues since the beginning. They were not given enough time to playtest their changes before they introduced them. I got angry in Remnant 2 when they nerfed the ring that resists cooldown from the skills. Oh, reset cooldown from the skills. Yeah, yeah. I need rebuff on some of these, maybe? No? Yeah, some of their nerf... I defended their nerfs for quite some time. I was like, yeah, these are all for balance changes and stuff. And it just... If you look back at the game now, it's like, Spectra Blade, really cool build. Pointless. Why would you even use it now? They nerfed the super cool radius you could do with it. So what's the point? Why not just use a better melee weapon then? World Edge, actually the best melee in the game. They made it horrible. It's worse than the Nightmare passive. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. They nerfed the Deceit loop you could do, so you had to put way too much effort into it. It's like, what are we doing, bro? But then they added the boss rush mode, which lets you be OP anyway, so what was the point in all the nerfs? It's a very confusing time. Oh, I want the back one. There we go. These guys are pretty easy to hit like this. I am not sure how that didn't hit me. The corrosive gun was OP. Yeah, it was really, really good, I remember. Remember the relic system they added was way too confusing? Yeah, essentially what they did was they took the roguelite element of the game and they expanded on it. And unfortunately, it wasn't great. It was a good idea. It was a good idea. And it was fun because it let you do a lot with builds, but where'd this guy go? He was like just right here. It created an issue of the RNG being too specific. It's like people like min-maxing, that's why they like games like that. They want to min-max a build, and so, you know, if you go for all cooldown, you just have infinite cooldown. People like that kind of stuff. But then the randomness of the relic system wouldn't let you do that. It just randomly would pick for you, and it's like... They added a lot of fixes so you could re-roll it and stuff. That helped. That helped. Something still felt off about it, you know? Don't like that attack. I don't know why you did that as I was hitting the button. Okay, now melee. Oh yeah, we are a Mediz slaying machine, bro. We can take Mediz out all day. Worst part is good mod spam build still does like double any of those other builds. Yeah, Rowan, that was the, you know, like, that was the thing that I finally just said, called it quits, is because the last patch that they did, they added buffs to Astral Burst and Skewer 2.0, I think is what they were called. These are mods that no one had ever used in the entire history of the game because they were terrible. They needed buffs. And so their solution to people not using them was to make them the single best damage source in the entire game. It wasn't to make them better, it was to make them the best thing in the game. And it's like, what? That doesn't... Okay, that literally makes 0 sense. But nerf Nebula, you know, Nebula's the problem. Did they ever nerf Leto's armor or something in Remnant 1? I remember it was tankier. I think they did a slight nerf to it. I don't remember. I don't fully remember that whole thing. Leto's was still like the best tank, but they may have adjusted it slightly. I don't think it got too many complaints if they did. But yeah, that's the stuff. It's like the game isn't hard once you have the elite stuff still. You can still blow everything out of the water, but it's like it's just inconsistent nerfing and just doesn't make any sense. Okay, bring him back over here. I'm waiting for him to do laser. He's not doing it. There you are. Destroyed. They do not stand a chance against me. I am the anti-Mediz race. Watch this. Yoink. You're dead. Of the ammo passives, second game ruined it for me. Oh, the armor passives. I like the idea the second game had. I did. I was a huge fan. I think the class system was great, but I do agree they should have kept the armor. I'm not a huge fan when armor isn't impactful in games, and you could probably extrapolate that from, you know, me liking Outward so much. Outward is one of the very few games that actually makes armor super important to a build. Just hit. Hopefully we kill him. If armor it doesn't have any stats tied to it, then it's either just for fashion or just for resistance. Which isn't good, because once you get really good at a game, you know, resistance isn't as important, because you're not getting hit in the first place. Now, if it has stats, you're still incentivized to use it. I think we have all the enemies dead up until the end, so let's just walk through the poison. Armor and Outward is half your build, at least half your build, if not more, sometimes, you know, depending on the build. Some builds, it's 100% of the build. Like a Plague build, if you don't have immunity, you're dead. I like that they removed the armor upgrade system, but I did miss the passives. Yeah, armor upgrade was a little unnecessary. I can agree with that. Like Skyrim, armor in that is so dull. It does have the enchants, though. So that's still a step above. At least it has the enchants where it's still, you know, like, giving you some ability, right? This does poison. And stealth. Is this the right call? No, we're gonna go lightning. Yeah, we'll go lightning. Actually, let's put this down. Over here. This should help a lot if we get in trouble. In general, that is what it's there for. They don't see me. I'm super stealthy, guys. They can't see me. You still recommend Remnant? I own the first one and have for a long time, but your comments on it kept me from diving in. Yeah, I still recommend the second one. It's amazing. It's a very good game, has lots of great bosses. It has a ton of fun you can have. It's just for those of us who played from day one, they made a lot of adjustments that were anti-player. For anyone just jumping into the game, you're not even going to notice. You're just going to have a good time. You're just going to have a good time.
What?
Someone's about to get it.
They didn't see me because of the stealth passive. They didn't see me. It's so weird. These guys are a problem, though. Ah, it's so hard to hit the totem with these. Yeah, totem was probably needed there, although the stealth thing was kind of funny, where they just, like, stood there. I mean, they just talked to me. How'd they forget I was there? Where'd he go? I can't find him. He must not be here. Completely invisible. They have a good amount of money on him. For NPCs, that is. He said stealth and Howard's kind of underrated, as we are seeing. Yeah, that is the case. Speaking of armor, are you usually for or against transmog systems and games? I am neither. I am split down the middle. I think it is great to include for people that like that, and also, I don't need it. I don't mind having to shift my build because of fashion purposes. I think it actually adds to the game, but I know some people hate that. So, I really am not divided on it that much. I'm perfectly fine with them adding it. I just don't really care too much. So the class system ruined the scrap survivor vibe and the aspect of mere but human versus apocalyptic horrors. Yeah, that is true. That is true. It was more of a armor and weapons game versus the second, which is more of an ability game. I get you. I have 10 Panacea. How'd that happen? Most of the time when you see transmog, it's in top-down RPGs. Like Diablo-style stuff. I haven't played too many action games or third-person RPGs that do it. I think in a top-down RPG, you kind of have to. Because you're not really seeing your character ever. You're just seeing the top version of it. So in your inventory, you look cooler, right? And a lot of times in top-down RPGs, there's so much variation in loot that you can't make a build to look how you want it to while keeping good stats. In Outward, it's less of a problem because, like, say you don't like the fashion of silver armor, but you still want lightning damage bonus. Well, there's other armor sets, and you can easily go to get those, right? It's slightly different. It's the same premise, but it's slightly different because top-down RPGs are way more randomized. Like, once you find a piece of gear that's perfect for you, you almost never take it off. And it's impossible to replace it, otherwise your build just, like, falls apart kind of thing. What different set of armor you could get in other factions, mostly specifically Harmat and Levant. If you do Levant, you get the Zagus armor set, which is a bonus to physical damage. If you do Holy Mission, you get the Candle Plate, which is a highly defensive set for fire and lightning. Berg, you get the Crimson armor set, which has incredibly high cold damage bonus. And then Sorabor, you don't get any armor. You get a weapon. You get to choose between the Tsar Chakram and the Tsar Bow. To me, it depends on the game. If the game's cared to make the stats make sense with how the armor looks, I feel it's wrong to have a transmog system. Yeah, that's a fair way to put it. ZapQ said it straight up made the second game into a power creep fest. Some builds are literally incomparable and overshadowing others. Yeah, I don't think the first game had that problem. I think the first game was more of a find what works among all of the stuff, and then the second one was just half the stuff is busted, the other half sucks. Realistically, what they should have done is that when they added the third DLC, they should have removed a quarter of the items in the game. It would have made some people mad, but it was the best way to fix the game, because there's too many things that are just pointless. Like, they added a couple, too. There's a really cool energy shield. I think it was a ring you could do. After you slide, it puts up a half-wall energy shield. So you could hide behind it and shoot, right? Sounds like a cool idea. Well, it was a stupid idea, because they already had a mod in the game that did the exact same thing. It's called Energy Wall. And the problem with Energy Wall was they had to buff it a long time ago because it wasn't high enough, and enemies could shoot you over it. So it was broken. Well, now they added an item that is pointless because it's too small and enemies can shoot over it. It didn't make any sense. That was one of the worst items, because it's like, this is such an awesome idea. It's like a Destiny Titan shield. Is basically what it was. But again, because this is a different game and not Destiny, enemies just shot you directly over it, and it's like, well, this is kind of stupid. So even that ring that they added should have just been removed. Should try the Tsar Fists. 55 damage is insane. It's really, really good. I've used them before, though. I know they're kind of busted. First was pure skill base. First did have a lot more skill. The second one was more build knowledge than anything else. Didn't the cubic pistol get a shield too? Yeah, cube pistol had a shield on it. And then they added the corrupted cube pistol, which I am infamous for complaining about. I think several people pointed fun about how angry I got about that gun in my video. It didn't work. When they first released it, it didn't work at all. On top of the fact that it did terrible damage. That's the main reason I quit making videos on that game, is I noticed the last video I made, I think, was the... It was the tier list for the... What were those things called? You put them on your weapon. They were like buffs. They weren't mods, but they were extra buffs you could get. And I was very negative on multiple items, and I'm like, I'm being too negative. This is unnecessary. It's unnecessary. I didn't want to be negative about it, but this is how it was. It's like, these items are bad, they need to be changed, and I didn't really like the direction that was going. Mutators, thank you. Yeah, some of the mutators. Specifically, there was one that did fire damage, and it added, like, an AoE to your shot. It's just like, I don't know. It just was very not well thought up. Power creep, yep. I love that game too, man. I had so much fun playing it. It's the bosses, dude. The bosses are good. The bosses are so good. And the builds you could make to fight stuff was amazing. I think what happened is they shot themselves in the foot. Because they guaranteed everybody they were going to have 3 DLCs. And then once it got past the second DLC, they ran out of items to put in the game. Without just being redundant. And so, what they really should have done is just done 1 DLC. And added more content to that DLC. But that is not what ended up happening.
Ah, good. Give me a...
This can't be... Here's something...
So, what's on the agenda today?
5,000 funds. Thank you, sir.
So, we're working. There must use your ears, eh? Here's the plan. So, what are we working for special? Be careful.
I know
I'm
how it
trusting
works,
you to
buddy.
make
I've
the
done
right
this
calls
many a
about what
time.
this settlement really needs.
Alright, we want the food store. The food store. My neighbors have not been over at their house in like 3 months, and now that I'm streaming today, they are over there making noise. Irritating. Irritating neighbors, you know what I mean? I don't have either of these items.
So, there you are.
I have samples.
So, excellent.
More flash
Now,
moss.
excellent.
Yes! The digested mana stone! It all came together.
Here's what we
Brilliant.
need. Get it done.
Alright, food store. First thing we're making. Boom. Put this bad boy right over here. Right over here. Like right there. How'd I do this last time? I fit all three. I think I need like really far over. Oh, game didn't like that. I need 40 timber and 40 stone. Why didn't they just do a continuation of the story like the first one? It's a valid question. Remnant 2's story was actually like the worst part of the game. The lore was amazing, but the story like didn't make any sense.
How can I help you?
Lore being like the whole Lossum event and all the Nerude stuff. And that was all cool. And then they did the story and it was like, Clementine is here. Also, Ford's gone again for some reason. And then they had no reason to do anything that they did. What's up, Jacob? I need water. And I think that was a 10-day sleep, wasn't it? So I need enough money for 10 days.
How can I help you?
Which I should have. Food's good. So we'll probably put some more food in here. Nice. Drop the bag.
So, we're grateful
How many
to
points
you.
of mana do you recommend for a shield spellblade? Usually 2. Start with 1, go from there, but 2 points is usually good enough for like a half mana, half melee build. The ending was, who's this guy and why is it end here? Yeah, the ending had no end. It was just a bad ending. Did I make sure I bought that? I think I did. I did not. Yeah, I did. Okay, 4 more days. Gave yourself a slight brand from a hot piece of metal melting into it. Oof, that's horrible.
So, we're grateful to you.
Yeah, the funny thing was I made a review of the 3rd DLC for Remnant 2. I reviewed the DLC because I thought the DLC was really fun. And in there I talked about how the game basically didn't even have a story. It didn't make any sense. Like, the lore, yeah, it had, but the story, it didn't go anywhere. And there were so many defenders. People were like, it has an amazing story. It's like, I don't think you and I played the same game. I don't think you did.
How can I help you?
Alright, we're still good on that.
So, we're grateful to you.
Clearly, we played 2 different things. Probably more of a YouTube thing, though. They just wanted to argue for the sake of arguing. Three more days. My reaction was funny, though. At first, I thought it was a bee. And then when I realized what it was, I was like, oh, well, that sucks. That's kind of funny.
So, what's on the agenda today?
This is a relief.
Has an amazing lore. Yeah, amazing lore, storytelling is dull. Right. Which is weird because the first one, I don't want to say that the first game had like the best story ever. I don't think it did. Remnant never had the greatest story. It was the fact that the gameplay was awesome and the world setting was really good. But the story was enough to get you through the game. It didn't feel like it was missing anything. And then 2 just felt like they didn't even try. Which sounds mean, but it's the truth. It sounds like they didn't even try. Alright, we want to make the town hall, which means I need a geode. Should have done that before I slept. I always hold DLCs to the feeling I felt like in Fallout 3 DLCs to see if they're good as additions.
So
Sometimes
there
it
you
feels
are.
like I need a special expedition.
Wonderful news.
Should be
Huh. Give me a moment.
amethyst geode, yeah? Yeah.
Oi, over. Here's what we need. So there you are. Wonderful news. Perhaps I need you to listen.
Anyway, what was I saying?
So, what's
Oh
on the
yeah,
agenda
sometimes it feels
today?
like
So, what are we working? We're grateful to you.
they put out a not Remnant 2 specifically, but sometimes it feels like games put out a DLC just for the sake of having a DLC, you know? And it's like, do we really need that? If so, could you not have included this in the base game? A lot of times I feel like they just run out of money. They want to put more in the game. They don't have the time to, so they release the game, get the money, and then they finish the game.
You've earned this. So there you are.
Now we put down the city hall. And we'll do it right at the front like last time because Benji's idea was brilliant. Just down to money. Yep, it usually is just down to money. Unfortunately. I need 2,000 funds.
Can I help you?
I don't quite have 2,000 funds. We're close, though. Talking about it makes me want to go reinstall Remnant 2. Yeah, I mean, it has good gameplay, dude. That's the truth of it. That was the game that taught me more than anything, is like, if a game has good gameplay, nothing else
So,
in it truly
what's on the
matters
agenda
to your
today?
enjoyment. Of course it matters, but it doesn't have to affect your enjoyment of the game. If the gameplay is that good, you will like it. Same with Dragon's Dogma. People don't like Dragon's Dogma because of the story. The story's terrible. It's all over the place. It's poorly written. There's plot events that happen that don't even make any sense, like the princess turning you in for no reason, even though you're helping her. But the gameplay is incredible. So you have to play the game, at least once.
So, what are we working? We're grateful to you.
Outward, luckily, is a culmination of all great things. It has an incredible story. It has lore to go along with it that is not fully explained, so there's questions and there's things you want to know to keep you playing. The combat is great. The combat gets more in-depth the more you play it. There's lots of things you can do that you didn't know you could do before. There's good customization, which is important. Build crafting. Yes, it has some issues. Like, people don't like
can
the
I
open
help you?
world being quite so large, which is fair.
So, we're grateful to you.
But it culminates in a great experience. Remnant 2's Rise played too much on the hype of the first success. That's probably true, unfortunately. I had like 3 days left, I think. That's why I always come back to it, man. Yeah, people don't like town building, but the reality of it is, once you know how to do town building doesn't really
So,
hurt your
what are we
experience of the
working
game
on today?
that much. It's still content to play through.
This is a relief.
Yeah, nobody likes samples, but at least you're fighting stuff, right? Almost done. Now I need more funds. Who could saw that coming? The boss fights are sick as well. If you ignore the arena bosses, just for the sake of this argument, the bosses are all very creative. The Jinn, Crimson Avatar, the 3 Sorbor bosses, right? They're very unique. They're slightly gimmicky. Not actual gimmick fights, but they have slight gimmicks to them in terms of how you're supposed to fight them.
How can I help?
They're great boss fights. Now, arena bosses, I'm mixed bag on. On the one hand, I love the arena bosses. I think it's a great addition just to give you more content. Some of the arena bosses, I feel like you could argue are a tad lazy, because a lot of them are an enemy in the base game made into an elite version, and then you given more abilities. Usually like 2 more abilities, right? So slightly more powerful than a basic enemy. Which I don't really mind that much. Again, they do enough because they got like Calixos.
What are we working on today? This is a relief.
Stuff like that. But a lot of them are just like straight up reskinned enemy made more powerful. So there's an argument to be made that that's slightly lazy. They should have each had their own unique design. The other half of the argument is they're not meant to be part of the game's bosses. They're additional content to play through. So it's not like they're part of the story and you're fighting the same things over and over again. It's just there. You could go find it and fight him. Like, Brand is one of the more fun ones because he's super unique. You don't really fight anything like that in the game.
So, this is a relief.
Yeah, the Liches. The Liches are really good fights, too. For the budget the game had, I don't mind at all. Right. I think if you are someone who's played Outward for a while and you know kind of the circumstances of the game, it doesn't bother you. If you're being objective about it, it probably would bother you. 2 sides of the same coin. How to do town building, step 1. Amass 200 plus gold ingots before starting. There you go. That is correct.
So, we're grateful to you.
How about instead of the Butcher's Amethyst being an axe, you legacy it and consume it to play as an Immaculate? Perfect. That would be amazing, Jacob. That would be amazing. Ta-da! Town Hall is built. Done and done. Which is probably where I'm going to end it for today, guys. I am at a good stopping point. I'm ready to be done, I think. Nothing too crazy to say about it. Yeah, we're at a good stopping point, so. Unless you got any more questions, I'm going to hit the old end stream button here in a few seconds. Honestly, don't think you need that much gold if you loot a lot. Yeah, this time I only had 78 gold bars. I actually didn't have that much this time. The extra amount of gold is in order to reduce your time doing the dungeons. But you don't really necessarily need it. It just helps a lot, especially if you want to make the advanced buildings, right? Yeah, catch you later, everybody. Catch you later, Yo2, Jacob, Lucas, Thex. Thanks for being here, guys. Yeah, like I said, we'll get back into it tomorrow. I think I have to do some work tomorrow, so, but it should be done in the morning. So, ideally, I will stream same time as usual. If not, it'll be slightly late. Keep on keeping on, Sheen. Look forward to more vids. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know what we'll do for... Excuse me. The next playthrough, we're not there yet. We got a couple more episodes before we finish the game. Don't know what we'll do. I'm going to look into this game. The Sacred 2. I'm going to at least look into it on my own time. So thanks for that suggestion. But yeah, there's a couple other games that I have to cover before too long. I think Abyssus came out like 2 weeks ago. I wanted to play that. It's a roguelite. And then there's it's a very tiny RPG with roguelite elements that I got the Steam key for in my emails, so I'm gonna play that as well. But yeah, we should get this run done by this weekend, I would imagine. I don't see why we can't. I don't see why we can't. And then maybe in the future we'll do the longsword build. I do want to do that longsword build we had the idea for the other day. Haven't played with longswords in a while. Could be fun. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. You guys are the best. I will catch you later. Peace out. See you next time.